Today, I'm going to share a very simple 4-page website template that you can use to build and grow your business. And here's the best part of it. I'm actually going to share a mindset shift that you need to have if you already have an existing website on each page to ensure that they're converting really well and converting the traffic that you might already be getting into actual paying customers. And the reason I'm doing this is because I know that as new business owners, sometimes we get stuck. We get website paralysis, writing paralysis. You get stuck on doing a lot of the things that you need to start your business. And before you know it, it's been weeks, months, even years, and you've not pushed ahead on your goal. And I want to get you out of that. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm also going to share a template that you can use as a starting off or jumping off point. If you ever are struggling with what to write, how to structure it, what should be on there, this video is going to help you fix that. Now, I know as new business owners, even as existing business owners, you want to have that beautiful Pinterest-worthy website. I get it. I've been there. I'm always there. I'm someone who I'm always trying to tweak and make edits to my website. The thing about it is, one of the things I find is when you get stuck with actually making that website live or just doing anything to hit publish on that button, you end up taking more time. So I'll often say, get it out there, do it messy, publish it, and then make tweaks after. This is not because I don't think you should have a perfect website. I think you should have a beautiful website. It should be wowing your potential clients, and it's one of the things that's going to help them to convert to paying clients. But if you're getting stuck and not publishing it and sitting for months and weeks just editing and redrafting, this is going to hold you back from actually building and growing a successful business. We all know that. And the thing too is that you need to be mindful of, once you publish that website and it is live and visible, you're more likely to work on it and make edits than when you have it in a draft form. When you have it in a draft form and you're still editing and tweaking, you can put things off because the urgency is not there. You might push it to the side and say, well, I'm a little busy today. I won't work on it. Or I'll get to it next week. I got to do so many other things with my family. But when it is live and you know that other people can see it, there's a certain level of urgency because you know not only is it time sensitive, but you also don't want to be missing out on clients if something is not up to your standards. So definitely, I want you at the end of this video to be hitting publish if it's in draft, or if it's already been published, use this video to tweak it. So here are the 4 pages you must have on your site, and the 4 pages that can help you to convert your clients to books. So the first page we're going to look at is the home page. And this is the welcome mat to your business. This is where most people will land if they found your business online. So your home page should be welcoming, but most importantly, it should immediately let someone know that they're in the right place. And the best way to do this is to ensure that the information that you have above the fold, so that little header or headline area where as you land on a page, before you hit scroll, someone should be able to tell who you are and who you serve. Like, what's the service you offer? How can it help me? And to do that, you need to be very clear on the service that you're providing. Now, I'm going to show a mock-up of the 1-page website that I have for you, the template, which, by the way, I'll link in the description below so you can download a copy. So the first thing you'll see, it has a very clear headline. It tells you exactly who this person is helping. It says, and this is the example of a wedding planner, we're helping you enjoy your wedding, not make to-do lists. Very clear. So you know if you're a busy professional and you're looking for a wedding planner, you're in the right place. The next thing you want to have is that you do want to have some sort of a sub paragraph, a small paragraph that goes into a little bit much more detail to explain exactly how you're helping someone. The thing about this area is, though, I don't want you to fill it with just words and adjectives. I want it to be warm and relatable and just speak to exactly the kind of struggles that your clients might be experiencing. So you'll see in my example here, it says, we are Toronto wedding planners who work with couples to ensure that wedding planning doesn't feel like a second job. We do all the heavy lifting. You just say yes or no. The aim in this area is that to not be stiff, right? That's the only thing I can say right now. Don't be stiff. You want to be relatable. And I know you see a lot of the adjectives that people like to throw out. We are timeless wedding planners that offer to turn your memories and dreams into reality, and all those words that people tend to use. And I know when you hear the words themselves, they sound like they're capturing something, but together it's saying a lot of nothing. Just ensure that you're speaking directly to your clients and what they're struggling with. The next thing you want to add is you want to add some sort of call to action button. If I land on this site and I see this headline and this description, what do you want me to do next? Before you even scroll, I want to give you the option of making a decision. So you could say something like, let's plan your wedding, or hire us, or how you can work with us, or view our packages, view our services, view our gallery, right? Play around with the options. Here's the thing about having that same published website I was talking about. Once that website is live, you can change it. Nothing is set in stone. Put something in. Don't let this be another roadblock. You can put in, let's plan your wedding, for example. And then if you see you've tested it for a couple of weeks and it's not working, you're getting traffic to the site, but no one is clicking it, you can change that call to action wording. Everything on your website is changeable. So you're never stuck with anything. Just tweak things as you need to. Make adjustments. That's the point of having a digital online piece of asset, is that it's all changeable. It's not in print, right? And even if it's in print, you could reprint it, but that's not the case. The point of your website is that you don't want it to just be a digital brochure. You want it to be a sales engine. And to do that, you might need to make tweaks along the way. The next thing you want to do on your homepage is that you want to add social proof. It is great that you're telling everyone about your service, your business, about you, about everything that you offer. But what's even better is hearing it from someone else. And adding social proof, a couple of reviews or testimonials from your past clients just says to someone, we're amazing, but don't just take our word for it. Here are people who've actually worked with us and had a good experience, and here's what they had to say about that experience. It gives them a different perspective that helps to solidify that they're in the right place and that they probably want to reach out, or you're the best person, the best vendor, the best option for them to work with. The other thing you want to be mindful of is that your homepage is a door. It's not a destination. Now, I actually disagree with a couple of people on a few things here. And one of the things that some people will say, or at least some web designers will say, is that your homepage shouldn't be just never ending onward scrolling, because it should be acting as a door, not a destination. Now, I agree with the second piece. It should be the door, not the destination. However, I do like homepages that go into a bit more detail. The key to doing it effectively, though, is just to make sure that in every section that you add, there's a door that opens to another destination. So if you add a portfolio area with a couple of photos, it leads into something else, maybe a full gallery that works more on converting clients. Or if you add an about us section, it's just a snapshot that will click into your full story, right? So as long as those doors are opening to something else, then having a long extended homepage is not a bad thing. Now, the idea behind that theory, the one that I disagree with, is that you want to keep the scrolling on the webpage to a minimum, because you want people to take action very quickly, and actions that's going to lead to a conversion. So whether that's to send you an email, to give you a call, to fill out a form, to book a call with you, whatever that is for your business. Here's the big mindset shift I want you to have about your homepage. This page is not about you. It has nothing to do with you. The aim of your homepage is to actually just help your customer see themselves and see the problem that they're having, and see if you are the best option or the best fit for helping them solve that. Now, if you keep that in mind, I promise you, your homepage will be doing exactly what it should, which is bringing you more customers. Now, the second page we're going to look at is your about page. And your about page is essentially a way to help people to build trust and a connection to you. Now, I want you to keep that goal in mind as we go through all the different tips. And I'm going to throw my sample about page from the template website that you can download in the link below on the screen, so you can see what I'm referring to as I'm sharing some of these tips with you. So one of the things you want to do is that you want to lead with client-focused language. So I know you are trying to plan a wedding while working full time. I know that you're a busy professional that don't want wedding planning to feel like a second job. right? Keep the language focused on the client, and you'll see in my example, it says here, hi, I'm Kimberly. I introduce the person. But if you are reading this, you're probably engaged in looking for a wedding planner. A lot of it you'll see right off the bat is client focused language. The next thing you want to do is that you want to share your story. And you can see right here, it says, congratulations, with more than 15 years of experience as a wedding planner, that's my story. I know all the right ways to plan a wedding where my clients can simply walk in and enjoy their special day. So when you share your story, you can share a little bit about why you started, what you value, and why it matters to them. It should all circle back to the client. What you don't want to do is you don't want to just start listing every single credential that you have. Instead, you actually want to highlight the moments that connects you to the client's struggle. So maybe it's that you planned your own wedding and you had the experience of working with vendors that weren't transparent in their pricing, or having to be negotiating contracts that you feel shouldn't be something a couple should have to worry about while trying to plan one of the biggest days of their life. So you therefore can highlight some of these moments and how it's helped you to be relatable to this client and what they're struggling with. The other piece is that you want to use a photo of you, a photo where you're smiling, you seem approachable, something that's not overly formal. Like you can see Miss Kimberly here on the screen. She's a huge smile, right? And you want to end it with a call to action. Whether that could be contact us, or if you're ready to work together, head over to my services page, book a call. There are different options here. And as I said before, just ensuring that you're playing around with them. Now, here's the mindset shift I want you to have about your about page. I want you to not to try to impress your client, but to relate to your client. Think about when you have an about page that is completely focused on you and trying to impress them. You're missing the mark, because this is an opportunity that you're losing where you could be building trust and connection. And that trust and connection actually gets built when you seem more relatable, when you seem like somebody who understands their struggles. Like, I'll give you an example from my about page. One of the things I find is I used to get emails very frequently about people mentioning my story on my about page, which to me seemed odd, because the about page I always had in the back of my mind was just another page, a way for you to learn more about me, but in a way that you know that I'm a real person and that there's a person behind my business. But here's the thing that I didn't realize. On my about page, what I didn't list was all my awards and accolades and degrees. I mentioned them, but they weren't the focus. Instead, what I shared was my journey, how I started, the journey into entrepreneurship, how I built my business and everything it took to get me there, the struggles, and how I built every single piece and block of my knowledge base that I now apply to my client's business. And that's relatability. The third page that you should have on this website is your services page. And the goal of your services page is to tell them what services you offer and who it's for. How will this service help them? So here's how you want to structure that page. Ideally, you want to start off with a paragraph that introduces your service by speaking about their struggle and how your service solves it. So whatever it is that you're marketing, how are your clients struggling, and how does the services or offers, the packages that you're providing will solve this? Then the next piece is that you want to dive into 1 to 3 of your offers. I know you might have 5 and 10, but we're not going to put them all out there. We just want 1 to 3 because we want to reduce the amount of decisions that your clients will have to make as you're browsing your website. Now, if you have a product-based business, of course, that's different, and this video is not for you. But if you have services, just 1 to 3 should be listed. But here's what you want to keep in mind as you're listing these 1 to 3 packages or services. You want to make sure that it's clear what's included in that service, right? So you want a clear description of the service and who it's for. What's the service? Who's it for? And most importantly, you want to also have a starting from or price range listed for the service. And the reason you want to have that is that this is going to be your pre-qualifier. So for those of you watching this video who might have complained in the past and say you're often getting clients who can't afford your services, they think your packages are too expensive, this is another way to pre-qualify them before they even get to you. Then you also want to throw in a couple of testimonials. If you have them, let's help to reinforce the people who've booked these services and why they enjoyed working with you and why they chose them, right? Then Last but certainly not least, I would love to see a call to action, whether that is to connect with you in some way, to view your packages in detail, to book a call. Ensure that there is a call to action. Now, this piece is optional, but you could put a frequently asked question, 1 or 2, even 3 on this page as well. And the reason for that is if you find that you are getting on the call with clients or potential clients, and there's a couple of questions they're always asking over and over and over and over again, and it's questions that you know that could be answered before they got on you, or actually if you preferred that it would be answered before they got on a call with you, these are ideal for just adding a couple of frequently asked questions to that page without adding more information to your packages. Let me know if that makes sense. If not, ask questions. I'm happy to answer them. The mindset shift that I want you to have for your services page is this. When someone goes through your services page and they finish reading, you want them to say, yeah, this is exactly what I was looking for. I've been searching and this is finally what I found that I needed. That's what you want that reaction to be. And if your services page is not achieving that, it needs to be rewritten or it needs to be restructured. And if you have questions, drop them down below. Now, I also offer a free website audit. So if you're the place where maybe you're not getting traffic or you're getting traffic, but it's not showing up it's not leading to conversions, request a free lead generation audit. I will go through your website and tell you exactly where you might be missing the mark. And it might just need a tweak or two to up your conversions, but whatever that is for you, I will definitely let you know, and I'll link the audit below. So let's move on to page number 4. Page number 4 is your contact page, or as I like to call it, your conversion page, because everything leads here. And the reason for this is that, remember when I said in the beginning that your homepage is the door that leads to a destination? Your contact page is often that destination. And here's what I want you to include on this page. You need to have some way for people to contact you. I know that should be obvious, but you want to include your name, your email, phone number, or location if those are applicable to your business. Definitely your name and email. The other 2 are optional, but you do want to have those listed. You also want to have a contact form so you can give people the option of just emailing you directly or completing the form. And ideally, that form should be linked to your CRM. If you're not someone who has this done, but you have a CRM, go search on this channel for the Honeybook video. I have a video with Caitlin, and Caitlin talks about this in her video, where you can just link that contact form to your CRM like Honeybook or Planner, and it will just pull that lead in and you can nurture them through that platform. Very effective. The next thing you want to do is that you want to include and set expectations. I know a lot of big people who might be watching this video are running their business currently on the side with the hopes to go full time. If that's you, make sure that the expectations are clear right on the contact page. You can expect to hear from us within 24 to 48 hours. Now, this piece is actually might not be completely necessary if you link that form to your CRM, but I still recommend adding it just to set expectations up front. I also like to include your map, and this is for SEO purposes. So if you have a Google Business Profile, you want to embed and link the map here because it helps Google to know that you are a local business in a certain location, and if clients in that area are looking, to include it. The next thing you can do to achieve this for local SEO is to add your location. So if you're in a particular city that you're serving, add that location here because it will help you to drive up your local SEO. And last but certainly not least is I need you to embed your calendar. If you have a calendar where you're asking people to book times with you, it needs to be accessible from this page. Ideally, you can embed it or you can link to it. It's up to you. But here are some caveats to this. If you're going to be linking your calendar, make sure that it has your availability. Don't just link a calendar that doesn't show your availability, doesn't have any availability. Make sure you're checking it out yourself. And I'm saying this because I do so many marketing and website audits, and I see this all the time. Someone will have a calendar embedded, but the link doesn't work, or when I click it, I can't access their availability. Make sure that it is a bookable calendar with your availability included. Now, here's the thing that I want you to remember. This is the mindset shift I need you to have for this page. Your contact page should not just be an afterthought. Often, I've noticed on a lot of websites, the contact page is the one that gets the least amount of attention, even though it is a high converting page. The contact page should not be your afterthought. Add more information here. Add information that you know will help to boost conversions, because this is where decisions get made. This is where someone decides if they're going to email you, call you, complete a form, book a session in your calendar directly. It is a very high action page. So make it feel warm and welcoming and inviting, not too cold and corporate. One of my pet peeves is going to someone's contact page and all they have on there is just the word contact and a form, and that's it. Your contact page, as I said, it is a conversion zone. Treat it as such. Now, if after watching this video, you're still sitting there thinking, I don't even know what to write on this site. Thank you for all those tips. Don't worry, I got you. As I've mentioned a couple of times in this video, I do have a website template. It is free that you can download that I've mocked up in Canva, and you can use this as a starting off point. It is a one-pager with different sections within it, so you can always break up those sections into different pages and expand on that. But even if you don't use the content on that page, just seeing the content itself, I find whenever I have writer's block, seeing content that I can look at, might say, I might not say that, but here's how I would tweak it. Something like that can help you get started in writing the content. Of course, I also offer the free lead generation and marketing audit, which you can also use for your website audit, where I can go through and I'll look at your website and tell you exactly what I think is wrong and needs to be changed free of cost. And I'm linking that down below as well. So here's the thing I want you to remember. Building a website doesn't have to be a massive undertaking. Do I recommend getting a website designer? Yes. And I have a really good one I can recommend if you'd like. She's amazing. But I know that as new business owners, you might not be in the place where you can hire a website designer right out the gate. But that doesn't mean you should have a poorly done website. A lot of the website design just comes down to being clear on who you serve, what you offer, how it helps them, and how they can connect with you. And if you're getting that clear and well done, you're about 90% ahead of a lot of small business owners. So try not to get stuck in the, what should I do? I need to have this massive website. Just get these 4 pages up and get started, and you can tweak everything else along the way. And as I said before, I've linked everything down below that will help you to get started. Now, if you have questions, drop them below this video. But of course, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you can get more videos like this one week after week.